a sense, it's as what you said, if you open up your mind, you're affected by what has affected people for probably thousands of years, and you just have to find a language for it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what we can talk about, Amelia, and this is what I find really remarkable as I journey into, let's say, other practices and other ways that people have conceptualized calming of the nervous system. So if we just say polyvagal theory gives you a perspective of how to shift those brainstem mechanisms from being in states of defense to being in states of calmness. Calmness opens up for creativity, for sociality, for spirituality. And once we start to understand how this is done on literally physiological levels, we gain tremendous respect, I'm going to say, to the ancients. These are all powerful regulators of that ventral vagus calming system. And so, in a sense, it's as if someone who created these millennia ago, these ritual traditions, had read what the polyvagal theory was, and that you have the structures and you have the mechanisms of how these things work. So you're stimulating, in a sense, sensory pathways that get to the calming vagus, of calming us down. And the beauty of that is that we learn that the whole context of a healing state, we can use words like homeostasis, or we can use the words like, my body is welcoming, or whatever we want to use, whatever metaphor. Our bodies heal when they are not required to be defensive. It's really a strange, it's almost like a Star Trek analogy of the Starship Enterprise, that if it goes into a area and needs to use its energy shields, what happens? It utilizes its resources, and it can't maintain that for too long. So the energy shields work, but they can't maintain for too long. That's our defense systems. Our defense systems work. They're metabolically costly, and if we use them too much, our bodies crash and we shut down.
Right. So that's what's so important about this course of bringing together the polyvagal theory and the techniques and principles from yoga and qigong, which are about calming the vagus nerve and the autonomic nervous system by mapping side by side with the polyvagal theory and the neural pathways, the vital energy pathways of yoga and qigong, and combining that with breath, with touch, with release points like we have been doing. And it's very effective also with some guidance. And so going directly into the experience of shifting from a state of anxiety to a state of safety, and then somehow registering that in the body, opening oneself to actually be in the present moment and experience it, and keeping that memory so that one can come back to it as we practice. So the course is going to be 9 live Zoom classes through all the Sundays of July and August, and there will be homework in the meantime to practice. It's very much an experiential course, so that people that attend the course can experience this transformational journey of working the nervous system with the breath and with their life, with their daily life. Because like you were saying, when we go into these states of threat, danger, risk, uncertainty, well, even in neuroscience, they say, well, the amygdala grows and then it hijacks the prefrontal cortex. And it's true, you cannot at the same time have clarity for taking a skillful decision or even a creative decision to a problem, and at the same time be under agitation and by flight or fear or whatever. So is how can we work? How can we identify? That's what the course is going to propose. How can we identify when the triggering is coming up and how to work with it, how cultivate the resources and turn on and off the responses of wearing and then being able to let go of layers and layers of that wearing or that closing up. So yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the possibilities of this for healthcare, for self-care, even for education.